Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Brawlin with Brett. We are continuing our Week 1 new Theros Commander week extravaganza, whatever we're going to call it. Tam will decide. So last episode, so Monday, if you're tuning in the week this aired, we built Klothys and we tried the deck out, and we got ran over by green-blue deck with a turn 3 questing beast. So we're going to hopefully do a little bit better. And I'll show you the deck real quick. If you want to see me actually build this deck and talk about all my choices, just check that Monday video. We're playing Klothys, God of Destiny. We're doing kind of a mid-range shell. We're going to take advantage of her inevitability if we can not get killed right away. We've got a lot of value creatures here. We got some decent removal. We might need to take up the removal a little bit, but let's see. Hopefully we're going to play something a little less aggressive here and be able to get into our mid-game where I think this deck is really going to shine. So you've heard me talk about this deck enough. We are just gonna get into a game. I'm curious to see how this is gonna go against the kind of mid-rangey 5-color decks that you end up running to a lot in Brawl. I think Niv Mizzet's hard for anyone to compete with, but Golos has become way more manageable now that Field of Ruin is in there. I've had Golos players just scoop the second the Field of Ruin comes down. Okay, so we're playing a different 5-color commander, but Kenrith, who I feel like is the least... I don't roll my eyes and be annoyed when I see Kenrith, so that's probably a good sign. This does not have enough early action, so we're actually going to mulligan this hand. Take our free mulligan. If you're playing Brawl, if you've got that free mulligan, really mulligan aggressively. Don't be afraid. Our opponent's going first. We're going to get that extra draw. We have a nice 2 into 3. If we draw if we can draw a few lands over the next several turns, I think we're going to be in a good spot. So lovely, we got our third land. So now we get to Robber the Rich next turn. Which, let's see if our opponent plays anything. I'm really hoping. Well, oh, okay. They might have a counterspell up here, but we're just going to run our 2-drop into it. And if they counter our 2-drop or kill our 2-drop, that's fine. It's a fine trade 1-for-1. So. Coming in, let's see if we connect. Okay, we do, but we are not going to get the trigger because we have the same amount of cards as our opponent does. So that's okay. I like putting down some aggressive plays, getting something going right away. Okay. We have... So Kranko can come down post-combat. Also kind of feeling Klothys, but they very well might have a counterspell up. So we're just going to get as much information as we can. Okay, yep, see, and this is why we second main phase when we can, because they clearly have something that can interact, or at least it looks like they do. All right, we hit them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we possibly we should have play main phase something there because we would have been able to exile a card there. I haven't played with a ton with Robber the Rich, so we should keep an eye on that. We're going to put Klothys down. If they've got the counterspell, that's fine. We'll put Klothys down later. Okay, there's the counterspell. If we can resolve the Kranko, we can run away with this game. So we'll get another shot at Klothys. If they counter Kranko there, that's probably our only shot there. So that's why we went with Klothys. Alrighty. Okay. Oh boy, our opponent is playing a very reactive game. We're gonna put Kranko down. We're gonna see if we eat another counterspell. Which, as if so, is an interesting thing to point out that I don't know if everybody realizes is Kenrith is obviously a 5-color commander. You get all 5 colors, but you don't need to feel like you need to build an evenly 5-color deck. Our opponent here might just have might be running an Esper deck with a couple extra lands, which is totally a reasonable way to build this deck. So we had Erebos' Intervention come in. And our robber died. Ugh. We are gonna Once Upon a Time right now because we are not hitting lands like we need to. I feel like Lotus Field isn't great at the moment. We're gonna take the Evolving Wilds. Nothing we can play with it anyway, and that'll get us something in the yard. The fact that they're untapped leads me to believe that Kranko is going to die, but okay, if Kranko was going to die, they should have done it before that. So excellent. We have Kranko off to the races. We're just going to crack this for a mountain now. Get that mountain down. Okay. And I'm curious, they might just not have anything great right now, but if they had something to kill Krenko, that would have been the time. Okay, holding up Thassa's intervention here. So yeah, they were keeping up the counterspell, but I think I agree with them that countering Once Upon a Time probably is not their best bet. Instead, they got to get a couple cards. Okay, Golos, which is annoying for sure, but not as annoying as probably facing Golos in the command zone. I'm assuming they're probably running Field of the Dead. Yep, there it is. Which, again, annoying, but we can manage that. We're really not doing great on mana, unfortunately. But we have some options here. So Questing Beast can come in. I don't think Golos is particularly scary right now. Golos isn't going to be able to trade into Krenko. So I think we just put Questing Beast down and we turn a bunch of creatures sideways. And we force our opponent to deal with the board state we have. Krenko lives, and we have a lot on board. Now, seeing as our opponent seems to be playing an Esper build of Kenrith, I'm assuming we're going to have some board wipes in here. It's not the end of the world. Embercleave's probably happening real soon, to be honest, depending on what our opponent does. We might just kill them, even if we're struggling on mana. If they aren't going to let us keep crazy value creatures, we might just... Okay, Cavalier of Gales. Ooh, I think we have a really nice opportunity to get him here. It's possible they're going to be able to have a counterspell up. I don't remember if they played land this turn, but as of right now, we won't be able to... We're going to miss out on the... Well, actually, I think we could respond to the trigger. We'd get an extra goblin if we put it there, but... I think also the main thing we probably do is we just... we wait for blocks, and then we see where the Embercleave goes. So they have a white and black open. We're going to turn everything sideways, and let's see if we can get them. Okay, so it probably just goes on Krenko here. Yeah. We Embercleave. Stick that on Krenko. Let them shuffle the Cavalier, and no big deal. We're going to hit them for a lot here. And they are scrying both to the bottom, which means they are looking for an answer to our board. And this is a wonderful example of why our commander is such nice inevitability. Because even if they board wipe us, we have some way, and they can get a scary board presence, we can really start whittling them down. So this is what I was envisioning for this deck. I think I was expecting there to be games where Klothys doesn't even come down, or doesn't come down till later. We're in Gruul. Gruul has a ton of great toys. Our opponent needs a board wipe. Okay, there we go. We got it. Okay, that is great. That was a good game, and we were stuck on 4 lands there. So let's see what this deck can do when we don't get mana screwed. Alrighty, let's get right into the next game. That was really good. I'm happy also that we saw kind of a unique Kenrith build. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with him. If you're base white, you could say, I'm doing a white-green tokens deck. Then you can throw in a couple gold-producing lands that get you anything and take advantage of those other abilities late game. You could do Mardu Knights, led by the King. I think there's a lot of cool decks there. At some point, maybe we will. I am generally not pulled towards 5 colors in either Commander or Brawl. I kind of like to focus down. But if we do a 5-color deck in Brawlin with Brett, I think it's probably going to be a unique Kenrith that's probably 2 to 3 colors with splashes for the others. Okay, here's Golos. Mainstay of the format, so let's see how the deck holds up against Golos. Once Upon a Time, 3 lands, Robber of the Rich, and we're going first. Yeah, this seems good. Totally happy with this. We're going to crack off the Once Upon a Time. Oh, yep, and we're just going to nab up that Field of Ruin. That always feels great. We got plenty of lands. We're going to bottom that. And now the Golos player knows. So we have to be a little bit cagey. It is possible that they might try to Field of Ruin our Field of Ruin to clear their way for their Field of the Dead. But I'm not super concerned about that. Unfortunately, nope, we just need attack trigger. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5. Attacking here doesn't do us any good because they don't have more cards than us. So we're not going to attack with our 2-2 for no reason, but we'll put some other stuff to maybe pressure that a little bit. Printing Field of the Dead has made the Golos matchup me go from hating this deck, hating the matchup, to just going like, oh, okay, it's fine. Because Golos without Field of the Dead is it's fine. It's fine. But I'm not particularly horrified of it. And we also get the advantage of we can eat their cards. So I've played Golos decks and had them get their field back. So I'm happy that we, built in, have a way to, if we can get that dead, which we will as soon as they tutor that land out, the play is always to Field of Ruin. Okay, oh, that's not a May either. Okay, that's actually kind of convenient. Probably Buccaneer. I think it's Buccaneer's what's going to happen. And so whenever we attack, we discard a card and it deals 1 damage each opponent. We can pay 2 and discard, and alright, activate only for attacking. So we're going to attack in. Alrighty. We might lose Storm's Wrath. I don't know if we need that, and it doesn't match up particularly great against their commander. So here's the Golos. And here is likely the... well, if they're savvy, I think they should go get Field of Ruin. They didn't get their Field of the Dead. They're keeping it safe. Okay. That's... anytime the Golos player isn't doing it to us, that's fine with me. Let's get... I think we're going to put Shadow Spear on here, so we can at least take some advantage from attacking. They're just gonna block, but we're gonna take advantage here. We're gonna discard Storm's Wrath, and we're gonna ping. I'm gonna draw some new cards. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 2 more loyalty. So when we get our Great Henge down, we get an Animator Commander, and that might be what we're doing. Oh, that is a bummer. That is a particularly large bummer because the defensive capability of our commander, I was bragging about how, oh, it's so nice. Now we don't have that advantage anymore. So that sucks. I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to have a chance here. And so if we attack in and they double block, they just lose an Agent of Treachery, so I don't think we have a great attack right now. Although I suppose we should have attacked because we could have gotten our, sorry, I'm a little grumpy. I try not to get grumpy when I'm on stream with you guys, but they stole our cool commander, and I'm bummed about it. Oh, and we're going to probably lose our Henge. That's too bad. But hey, the Golos deck had to actually play Magic with us instead of just tutoring it out and easy-to-get land and autopiloting zombies. So even if we lose, we got to play a real game of Magic. So that's exciting. I'm sorry, I hate homogenous 5-color commanders, and the Golos decks being on the same plan every time was so annoying. And so the fact that we at the very least have an answer to their miserable little combo feels really good. I guess we're going to put our field down. And then I got to decide if we want to wheel away the War Boss. Probably not, yeah? We need to start getting in, we're going to attack here. Well, we're going to attack Ugin. And we're going to... if they double block, fine, we get to kill one of their creatures, gain some life. Oh, something... haha, I should keep in mind. I was not even thinking. Shadow Spear has additional text, so we can potentially have a chance to kill our own Klothys and get it, get Klothys back, or at least not being a threat anymore. Cavalier of Flame with Trample seems really good. So... As I open my mouth to say, not all is lost, they hit us with the Liliana. which is not good. We probably aren't coming back from this game. Let's look and see what we draw. Oh boy, I think they just happened to get there. Stealing our commander really sucked. I think we had a pretty decent path to victory, but well, when you play 7-mana cards, they're good. We're gonna wrap this one up here. We're gonna give this to them, and we're gonna squeeze in one more game. But yeah, I'm liking how this deck performs. This is definitely something I'm going to be interested in tweaking. Now, I think we definitely need some tweaks. As of right now, I'm mostly just trying to think about what's working, what's not. The 4-mana Wrath for 4 has been a couple times been kind of looking kind of eh. That might be first on the chopping block. But again, that's going to potentially be a card that saves our bacon against some more aggressive decks. So we aren't making any snap judgments. We've played 3 games with this deck. So we're going to take it slow. We're going to kind of assess how it's going to go, and maybe in our final video we'll make some tweaks. Honestly, I'm going to probably keep playing with this deck a little bit more. Oh, this is exciting. One of the reasons I built Klothys was because I hadn't seen anyone else running it, and so it's kind of fun to run into the mirror match. Would have probably been an okay keep. I don't particularly want to go down. You know, we are. I don't want to be the guy who we never mulligan and we lose because of it. So we're going to keep the 6. We're not going to be afraid to go down. We have some options here. Hopefully we'll draw a couple more lands and we can keep this rolling. And I'm really curious to see how they built their deck. If they went mid-range, if they're running aggro, and this is the curve topper. This is going to be a really good way to feel out our opponent's decks. Excellent. That is, we are presented with a nice little trade here. Happy to shoot the goose and keep the Bone Crusher for later on. Always, bolt the bird, bonk the honk, however you want to call it. We've got to take that out. Don't let our opponent ramp out. So a little sad here that we aren't going to be able to take advantage. I was hoping to get one more land so we could get a 2-drop. We have also placed ourselves in a situation where we have either color, but we only get it. We only get all the same. So, oh boy, our board has one permanent on it. That's okay. So Klothys comes in. This is going to actually be sort of interesting, solely from a who eats what. Like, the yards are going to get eaten up pretty quickly here. So our opponent, unfortunately, is going to be able to ramp with our lands for a little bit here. I'd like to get our own Klothys out, but we can't do that until we get another mana source. We have the Glinthorn Buccaneer, who can potentially help dig us through some stuff. Okay, and Wicked Wolf is not going to be able to profitably do anything here, thankfully, because we've got a 2/4, which are weird stats for a red creature, but I'm not complaining particularly right now. Oh, of course, they've got the food from the goose, so they are going to be able to take that out. Normally, we'd be safe. That's okay. That's a good card. Hard to compete, to be totally honest. Guess we're going to put the War Boss down. I don't think we're running particularly a poor amount of land. It's going to take a lot of games before I start worrying about the land. 24 just generally serves me just fine in Brawl. Oof. So our opponent's just getting big mid-rangey creatures, which is kind of a pain because we aren't going to be able to match up great against that. This is frustrating, certainly. I guess we just play something that can block and kill either one, and we have to swing the 1/1 in, but we aren't doing anything else. So they'll eat the 1/1. Not that if this Lotus Field was a different land, I suppose not that much would be different here. I'm interested to try it out. It's a very strong card, I think, in the right situations. Now, I'm running it in a different deck I'm trying out. I might end up realizing that without a lot of interaction. Oof. That is a little bit rough to have Klothys live, but our opponent, let's keep our life total up. We can trade the 1/1 in, get a little value out of that. So it's interesting. Oh my goodness gracious, we are just getting hammered here. I guess we bring in the Dryad. It doesn't really do us any additional good here. Got to attack with the 1/1. This is mostly just kind of a frustrating game. I'm sorry we aren't doing anything particularly wild. So a fun thing. So is let me see. Lands are every basic land type. So the Dryad actually plays really nicely with Nissa because we get even more mana. But our opponent's been able to just keep activating the Klothys, and they aren't hammering us, which could quickly change, having whatever comes down with haste. Oh, spoke too soon, everybody. Yeah, that's probably close to it, if not it. That'd be taking 13. We're gonna try it. Just doing this. Hoo-wee. Okay, well, they got it. We'll give them the old good game. Unfortunately, we got a little mana screwed there. I would have been really curious to see how that played out if our mana worked better. We had a lot of good plays, but sometimes it doesn't work out. So we're 1-4 right now, I think, with Klothys. So not the best record just yet, but you've got to get a lot of games in before we start deciding. Let's see how we do on Friday's show, and hopefully we'll get a couple more wins in, and then we'll kind of examine the deck, and going forward from there, we'll kind of think about what we're going to do. Thanks for watching Brawlin with Brett. If you are interested, we've got all sorts of other stuff on TCG University. You want to see more of me, I'm on MTG Study Hall. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. The Patreon, we really appreciate it. That helps us out the most. That helps us grow and expand. $1 gets you a month gets you extra stuff. So thanks for watching. Tune in next time, and I really appreciate it. Have a good one.